Hello, engaged citizens. This is Sherry Ryan, your host. Hey, I want to take some time to talk about school boards and how we can be involved in our local school board. Okay, so what is a school board? Okay, what are they? What do they do? I'm just going to go over that. So, a school board are elected officials for a school district. Okay, and I have these written down, these notes, okay, is they set a vision for a district. They advance the policies, which, make the policy of how it affects every single day, every aspect of school. All the policies that are voted in and such are voted in by the school board. School board members play a leadership role in their community. They forge consensus. They regularly face issues where there's going to be like lots of opinion and passion, and people are going to be, on different sides of the spectrum. And so the goal for the school board is to reconcile differences, is to come to, compromise, find a middle ground, all in the service of the students. Okay. So, one of the most important aspects I believe that we need to consider as engaged citizens is that school board members are elected representatives. We are their employer. They work for us to set these policies, to make these decisions. And so being involved in attending the board meetings, emailing your board members, talking to them, um, you know, uh, discussing things that maybe concern you or telling them things that you appreciate, letting them know what you like, letting them know what you maybe don't like that's going on in the school. And so, because the school board is very essential in the day-to-day life of our students' lives. If your children attend public school, all of the decisions that are being made by that school board. Okay. So the board is hired by us, the community, right? And some of their duties is that these are some of their other duties. They hire and they evaluate the superintendent. So we don't vote in the superintendent, the community doesn't. The school board, does interviews and does the process of hiring a superintendent and then evaluating him and working with that superintendent going forward. They resolve conflicts. They manage collective bargaining processes for the employees, so like different union bargaining things, all the way to deciding bus routes and the school, your calendar, the curriculum decisions, and more. Okay, and so they do a lot for our communities, and we so appreciate them. And I really just want to, just point out some of these things that most school districts, I know the ones here in Columbia County, they post most of their agendas, their meeting minutes, even the meetings themselves are recorded, and they are put on their district's website so that, if you're unable to attend, that you can still stay up to date. You can still see what is happening. And then they also encourage on their district website, each school district in our county that I have found, they encourage, community participation. So public comment, public participation, as it pertains to the school district. And so each district lists out the details of how you can be involved in doing that. I know that I am in Scappoose. My children are in Scappoose School District. And to be able to speak during the public comment, time at our school board meeting, is that they have it listed out that I am to fill out an online form by noon the day of the school board meeting. They ask that I, in that form, fill out every single thing that I'm going to be talking about. It's usually about 3 minutes of time to speak. So I encourage, people who want to speak to practice what they're going to say, time it out, whatever it is pertinent and a priority. Um, So I look on our school district website and see what it takes to be able to speak at the public comment time. I would say, I know that in St. Helens on their district website right now, you need to actually talk to the superintendent before the school board meeting and let them know what it is that you would like to speak about. That's what's on their website. I have only attended as someone who's listening during a St. Helens school board meeting, so I've never spoken at the public comment time. Um, so every district is different, all their requirements are different, and they can change at any time. Mid-year, mid-month. So make sure to check that out before you wish to engage. If you have a child or a grandchild or a loved one that is in the public school system, I highly encourage you to attend these meetings. I encourage you to stay up to date on the policies, stay up to date on the decisions that affect you and your family's life. Okay. For example, what these are the things that they talk about and bring up. For example, you guys, what is being taught at school? What curriculum is being taught? What books are being read? Another kind of hot topic for parents in this day and age, what medical procedures is a school allowed to perform or provide for your child, knowing that my student superintendent recently stated to me in an email, he's like, Sherry, I want to be clear that in the state of Oregon, according to ORS 109.640, minors who are 15 and older are able to consent to medical and dental services without parental consent. That was very helpful as a response because I was seeking clarity on medical procedures to be done at school, in regards to me as the parent being able to be consented beforehand. Um, so very important to be, talking to them, asking questions, letting, these elected representatives know your opinions and thoughts about what the decisions they're making. So the board and the superintendent, they work as a team, you guys, to be the decision makers. So please be sure that we, the constituents who voted them in, let's make sure that they hear your thoughts and that they hear your opinions so that they have a good consensus of what the community desires on any given topic that impacts our lives, our children's lives, and our families' lives. Okay, so I just want to end with go and get involved in your child's school district if they're in public school, if they're in private school, whatever school it is. We have that amazing responsibility as parents to be involved. And I would like to encourage you guys, if you aren't involved, get involved. If you are involved, I would just ask as a call to action here in our group is use this forum as a way to inform the community. Use this forum as a way to let other people in the community know what decisions are coming up. Sometimes our lives get busy. Sometimes we don't know that a policy has been, voted on or is going to be voted on. They have different laws and rules and processes and policies of how a decision is made. They have different times where they have a first hearing or a second hearing and a third hearing, and then they make a vote. And those 7 people on the board and the superintendent are the ones that make that decision. So make sure that your voice is heard. Make sure that you are staying up to date on these things and get involved and get engaged, fellow citizens. So be well and look forward to hearing from you.